Hi, Rihanna. Hello, Krista. Feels like it's been forever since I've been on because of the holidays, I think. Happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas. I hope you had a nice Christmas too. We did. Can't believe it's over though. Didn't really feel much like Christmas this year. We got a little bit of snow right before, so there was a little snow on the ground, which was nice. It was a white Christmas. Hello. I just finished taking pictures of November. I don't know if we'll get to November today in the diaries, but at least we're prepared if so. I just have to open up where we left off. Okay. Usually I have her first. There we go. All right. So a couple of weeks ago, a couple of live streams passed, Georgia and Ralph officially got engaged. So if anybody missed that, let me know and I'll pull up that entry again, because that was like probably the coolest thing that's happened in the whole entire diary. We knew they were going to get married. They're going to marry December 23rd, I think. So we knew that was coming, but I thought they were already engaged. I didn't think that we would see it happen. But I guess in 1903, maybe engagements were a lot shorter, or their engagement was just a lot shorter because it's only a couple of months, really 2 months. So it was cool. He talked about, and Ralph talked about in his diary, buying her the ring and then asking her parents. So that was kind of cool. And he actually asked both of her parents. He asked her dad and then went and asked her mother, which I think is very progressive for that time. Oh, you know what? Before I get started, while people are coming in and stuff, I'm going to make next week's live event that you can sign up for, because some people like to do that. So that would be January 2nd. 2025. Ugh. Okay, hold on. How do I do this? I forget every single time. Live event. Create an event. You guys can hear me, right? Hear me okay? It seems like the volume's lower on here, but it's really hard to tell. So just let me know if you need it to be louder. January 2nd at 1800. For some reason they do military time on here. Yeah, and we'll see what happens with TikTok. Honestly, you can hear me? Okay, good. If they get rid of TikTok, if the US bans TikTok, unfortunately, I probably won't be able to get on. So I will be moving over to YouTube if that happens. So if you have a YouTube, go subscribe to me. I have the same name on there, Things Lost and Found. There's also a link in my link tree, which will take you there. If you just click on it, it'll take you right to YouTube, because that's my backup plan. I'll probably also, if we do switch, I'll do Twitch too, because I can just easily stream to 2 different things. But right now I do TikTok and YouTube. And if TikTok is not an option, it'll just be YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to get started. We finished off with the 23rd of October last time, so we're on the 24th. Thank you for the likes, guys. Okay, 24. We're going to Georgia's right here. So this is an engaged couple in 1903. They're officially engaged now. We were just assuming before, but now they definitely are. Hey, Nikki. Georgia, we don't have a picture of her, unfortunately, but we do have a picture of Ralph. He's up there in the corner, this way, in the corner of my screen. Okay, so October 24th, 1903. Got up at 6:40. Helped with... Yeah, nice, Cindy. Yeah, I just started. Helped with all the work. Sewed a while. Helped with dinner and dishes. Went downtown. My hands are so cold. It's cold down here. I'm not going to be a good typer today. Mama and I went up to Grandma's. I'm going to zoom in here because I don't know what that is. Little York boys came after us with ponies. I wonder who the heck that is. I've never heard her say that before. Do you think that says Little York boys? Came after us with ponies. Thanks for the follow. Neuro Spice Latte. That's cute. Rita York boys. Oh yeah, it could be Rita. I don't know. That's interesting. Maybe it's Rita York's boys, like her sons. I'm gonna put. Oh, I also put Torque, so I'll fix that. Okay, thank you. Torque. Okay, I went with them to Scott's for parsley. To the store, got Effie. Still don't really know who Effie is, and took her home. Oh, two. I see deep. Oh wait, and took her home. She's probably listing. Yeah, there is a comma there. It was just hiding. Home. To IC Depot. That's the Illinois Central Railroad Depot. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas, Jen. Let's see, for Mrs. Weeks, but did not come. Went to bed at 10. Ralph. Okay, so Ralph is in Chicago working. Who will come back and they'll be married, and then I think they end up moving both of them to Chicago, but right now he's working and he's away from her. So clear and cool. Got up at 7:15. I love that he's writing in this very dark pen. Went to B, that's breakfast, and to AIT, that's the Armor Institute of Technology, which I have a picture of. Not in here, hold on. He mentions it a lot now, so I've got pictures. And all of this is on my website if you wanted to take a closer look, but basically it's just the other pages that I've typed out in the past. But this is the Armor Institute, that's where he works. Wait, you think it's Little York Boys? I think it might be. Oh, came after us? Is that what I wrote? I don't even remember. Yeah. Okay. I think it might be little too. It's just kind of squeezed in there. Okay, got up at 7:15, went to be at AIT, then to Blue Island. Spent day with class in the field, getting back at 5. After supper, read a while, and went to bed at 11. Ralph's days have been pretty simple. Teaching, studying, going to bed. All right. Georgia, October 25th. She's writing a lot lighter right now. Harder to read. Got up at 8:40. Helped with the work. Usually she means housework. Went to church with Papa and Mama. She doesn't seem to go to church every week, so that's interesting that she's going now. Went to church with Papa and Mama. Helped with dinner and dishes. Cleaned up my desk in PM and wrote a letter. Hitched up Hector and Carlo York and I. Hi. Are you going? No. Oh, you're saying hi? Well, come show your face. Oh, they can see you. Ian says hello. He's being shy. No kitties to show right now. No. They're upstairs. I was saying my hands are like, my fingers are cold. It's affecting my typing. It's not even as cold as it's been either. It's kind of warming up out there. What am I doing? What I'm always doing. Typing. Typing to the
what?
fine people. Rihanna or Rihanna. I forget if it's Rihanna or Rihanna. It says hi.
Hi.
Nikki says hi. I'm right here. Hitched. Oh, no, I'm not here. Hold on. Where am I? Hitched Up Hector and Carl York. Oh, that might be a hint about who the Yorks are. Carl York and I. Are you going to the gym?
A little bit.
You playing video games?
I
Took.
was.
Oh, okay. Here's another hint. What is that? Glio? York?
I think there's a G.
Yeah. Well, we can look them up too.
G-L-E-O.
You think it's Carlos? I think that's an and, because Carl, York, and I, but it could be Carlos because Carl is a nickname for that. Glio York. I don't know what Glio would be a nickname for, but I think we know that there's a Carl, so we can look him up in a second. Out to her. Oh, it's a girl. Her school, about 2 miles. Read a while. Want to see how we find people?
I think I know.
Hold on. Played a while. Went to bed at 9:30. That's early for her. It could be Glenn. Let's go on the census. For 1900. Let's look up York. Unless, maybe they don't live there. Maybe they're visiting. But we want Waterloo. We could look up Carl York. I'll start with just York. John, Milo, Ellen, Jesse. Oh, those are not. None of them are in Waterloo. Let's try this. Goodbye. Not interesting?
No, I'm just gonna go.
Have fun. Okay. Of course, if I put York, everything that says New York is going to come up. Let's see. Carl. Carlos. York. I'm going to narrow it down to October. Maybe then I'll go York. New York, New York, New York. York Farm. Beulah. Hold on. Oh. That's awful. I don't think that's even in this area. Okay, well, it's definitely not her because she's dead. New York, New York, New York, New York. Grr. Well, let's see. Little York boys. They're young. Nothing is coming up in 1900. That's 3 years before. I guess I could try searching 1905. Do they have 1905? I don't think they do in every... There's a state census, but I don't think they have every single city. Let's see. We could look up Carl York. Okay, from 1900 to 1905, and then we can expand it. Waterloo. No, well, in this in the census, they would count everybody. It starts like each, I can show you when we get some hits, but they will be like the head of the household, which is usually the father. And then, okay, we've got a Carl York. Let's click on him. And it will list all the kids. So like even kids who are less than a year old, if they're counted, they will be in here. So let's see. John York. Carl York is only 4 in 1900. I don't know, though, because what was the name of... What was it? It was like, G? Gleo, or... I don't think it doesn't look like a C, but I want to say Cleo, because that looks like it would... Sherman, Orson, Carl, Jesse, Myrtle, Catherine. Hey, Holly. Oh, York name came from Pennsylvania originally. I don't know. Okay, I don't know really where these other towns are. Nothing is coming up for Waterloo specifically. So they might be visiting. Which I think at this point, it's like not going to be easy to find things. So I'm just going to write his name down and we'll go back to him. Which sometimes I never do, but... Sometimes it's really easy, and as soon as you look someone up, you find them. And then other times it's kind of like more digging work. Okay, so we've got Carl York and Gleo, question mark, York. And that would be October 25th. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. Let's see. Maybe she'll mention them again, too. It's possible. Did we finish her? Yes. October 25th. This is Ralph. He had a more interesting day than last time. October. Okay, it was clear. Got up at 9:30. Went to breakfast. He wrote out the whole word breakfast this time and didn't just put B. Sometimes he'll just put B. Came back and got dressed up and read papers till 11. Went to P.O., that is the post office, and got a letter from Georgia, his fiance, W.O. Colburn, who has been on our list since yesterday, since last week, came up at 2, and we went to Jackson Park. Park for a walk and got back at 6. Okay. Got dinner and came to my room and we talked till 9. Sorry, my fingers have like no feeling. It's too cold. He went away. And I wrote a letter to Georgia. And the folks went to bed. No, they get married in December. They are officially engaged, but they get married at the end of December. So a couple more months of reading. A few more weeks for us. But okay, so let's see. Now back to Georgia, October 26th. Got up at 6:30. Mama, thanks for the follow, Bailey. Don't forget, if you guys also have YouTube, follow me there because TikTok might be banned in a couple of weeks, so. I know it's happened a few times. It's almost gotten banned. Thank you. I don't have it on anymore, but I did my own gel nails for the first time, and it actually lasted too long. I am an art teacher, so I have a problem with, like, if I put regular nail polish on, it comes off right away, so I don't bother. But the gels, they really, it was, like, hard to get it off. I have to finish what I was saying before, though. So if TikTok goes away, I'm going to YouTube. which I'm already there. So you can still follow me there now so that you don't lose me if we have to go. And these diaries, they come from all different places. The set that we're reading right now, which is a set of 6 diaries written by Ralph and Georgia, they were donated by someone who followed along with another project I did. So, like, I've gotten some from eBay, some from estate sales, and some, quite a few so far have been donated to us also. Okay, Mama and I cleaned the dining and sitting. Cleaned the room in morning. Helped with dinner and done. Found I couldn't comment on YouTube. That's weird. I don't think I disabled comments. Or you can't send a chat maybe? Oh, okay. Wait. Barb, thank you for sending that. You are not blocked from seeing the chat. I can see your chat that you're sending, actually. And you said you find it difficult to hear even though I have the volume cranked up. Okay. Is anyone on TikTok feeling like that too? Because I don't want to mess with my... Yeah, that's how she spelled mama. I don't want to mess with my volume too much. TikTok is fine. I've noticed that my YouTube... Maybe I need to, like, do something with OBS. I've noticed that the YouTube replay, when I play it on my computer, is, like, a little bit, fuzzy sounding. Now, how about this? If anyone is still on YouTube, I just upped the volume on OBS a little bit, and you can tell me if that's better. I just switched from TikTok, and the audio is lower here on YouTube. I am streaming from 2 different things. So if it got better, let me know. If it didn't, also let me know. I'm sorry, I should also pop out the chat from YouTube so I can actually see it, because I didn't see it before. I don't want to mess around with it, because I might screw it up. I don't really know what the different knobs do. I don't know if it's YouTube that's the problem, or if it's the, it got better. Okay, so maybe I'll crank it up a little bit more. Is this, like, crazy too much? Or is it good? Actually, I wonder if the mic is the wrong mic on here. Hold on. Let me just do a little more fiddling. The mic might be picking up my webcam mic, which is not what I want it to do, but sometimes it automatically does that, and of course I, like, don't know how to fix it. Audio. That's, like, listening, not speaking. Come on. General? No. I can always find it when I'm not actually live streaming, and then, of course, my brain shuts off. Let's see. Come on. Settings? This software is really confusing for me. Because it seems like there's actually, like, a little feedback coming into the mic on there. Sorry, I'm just going to ignore everybody for a minute and try to figure this out. Advanced audio properties? No, I can't see what the heck I'm doing there. No, that is the correct mic. Because this doesn't do anything. Okay, well, if it's better on YouTube, I'll leave it cranked up. Okay, YouTube sounds great. Okay, I'm just going to leave it. YouTube has new settings for users called auto audio. Oh, like on my end or for everybody else? Watch on both. YouTube is always significantly lower. Okay, so I wonder, hopefully I will, like, make sure, I'm going to write down the time stamp here. About 24 minutes in. I'm going to actually, when this replay posts, go on YouTube and watch it and see if it gets better. Because it might have just been like I needed to turn it up on my end. But it's always hard to, like, be streaming to 2 separate places and try to, like, make it work for everything. Okay. Sorry, guys. That was, I don't even know how long. Audience side setting. Okay, so maybe if you're watching, you can set something. Maybe you want to turn off auto audio. But I think part of it is me too, because I always feel like that when I watch. I don't watch the whole replays, but when I do, I'm like, it's so low. There's also like settings on my microphone for gain. I just don't like know exactly. It's not well labeled, so I don't know like what button does what, and I hate to mess around with it because I can't actually hear what you guys hear. So I have to go, oh, is this better or worse? Is this better or worse? And it kind of stresses me out because sometimes it'll like really mess up. All right, helped with dinner and done dishes. Got ready and went in the country. But it does help me when you let me know, like, if it's super low, because I have to try to fix it if it is. So there's no really way for me to know in the live time, you know? Oh, you have to create a channel on your YouTube to join the chat or make comments. Yes, but I did see Barbara's comments on my, like, chat log. Okay, Rob also says, it sounds good to me. Okay. I will try to make an effort to keep up with the YouTube chat, too. I feel bad because it always gets buried under my windows. What does went in the country mean? It means, is that what she wrote? Hold on, did I type it yet? Got ready and went in the country. Well, usually when she goes to the country, it's like not the city. She lives kind of in the more city-like area. So she's probably going to visit grandparents or something. They live more in like the rural part. It's interesting that she said went in the country, but I think she's phrased it like that before. It's just the way she writes it, but that's what she means by going, like, the country is the countryside. Visited during evening. Went to bed at 9:15. Ralph. 26. Hey, Heather, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays to you too. Clear. Got up at 7. I can't believe the holidays, well, my holidays, are always already over. I can't talk. It's too cold down here. Went to breakfast, came back, and studied till 9. Went to AIT, and from there went with Professor Phillips and something girls. I have no idea what that says. That doesn't actually look like a G. It must be someone's last name, this. What do we think? That's kind of a really hard name. S.H. Sean? No, there's like an I there. To Glencoe on the... Okay, so he's going somewhere pretty far. Because he's going on the railway. I have no idea. Shein. It does look like it says Shein. Yeah, I don't know. It's like an O maybe here. I-O-N. This could be, maybe we could find this person in the, I think it's S-H. We could maybe find it in the yearbook. Hold on. Because we do have a 1903 yearbook from AIT. I have the link. Shryon? Yes, it could be. Let's look up, in 1903, let's look up S-H-I. No matches. Okay. This is going to be like too many matches, though. Oh, is this just searching on the page? Or is it searching the whole book? Okay, that must be searching just the page. How do I search the whole book? There is a way to do it. could be a first name. Yeah, I was thinking Sean for a second too. Shiloh? I don't know about Shiloh. I definitely, unless it's SL something, it could be I don't know. I really need to figure out, though. There is a way to search the whole book. And not... Right? Like, if I search William, is it going to search the whole book, or is it going to just search one page? Oh, it does search the whole book. Okay. So there's really no SHI in that entire book. That seems weird. Or that's not right either. There has to be an occurrence of SH. Anywhere, right? Any other mentions in the next entry? Yeah, maybe. Maybe I should just keep going. We have Professor Phillips. So actually, and he's on this page. Maybe we should just look and see who else is on this page. Because maybe it's someone like... Okay, let me take a look at S. It definitely starts with S, right? And then maybe C. SL. Yes. Okay. Thank you. See first if anyone here sticks out. Nope. No matches. Yeah, that doesn't seem right either. Maybe this thing isn't like really well I don't know what would be like translated or something. I don't know. First letter G. I don't know. Maybe because that's a G. Glencoe. And that doesn't look like that. That looks like a C or an A. This maybe an F? I don't know. Well, how about I'll just keep going. And maybe I'll like maybe he'll write it again. Yeah, I know, like Shane. It might be, but we know they're going to Glencoe on the CNNW, Chicago and Northwestern Railway, to inspect the septic tank. Oh, that's fun. Got back about 4. Studied till supper time. I'll also look in the 1904 book, too. After supper, studied till 11 and went to bed. Okay, I'm gonna also find the 1904 one. Okay. And we're gonna look up SL and SH. Nothing. And I thought you left.
Anyway, I know I didn't.
SK. Not in 1904, not in 1903. They also might not be in this book either. So it's like, it could be SK or SL or something, but maybe they're not actually somebody. I don't, like, how is there nobody in here named Smith? Oh, there is. Okay, it just took a second. There's a lot of Smiths. Hey, Jenna. Yeah, I don't know if this is Smith or not. Hold on. I don't think it's Smith. I feel like I see SH something N. I don't know what's going on at the end. It almost looks like it says girls. I don't know. Well, I'll keep it as a question mark for now. And maybe he will. Sometimes he'll like mention people again and write it a little bit more clearly. I can try. Let's see. ION maybe? Or Shrine? SHRINE? It's gotta be a capital C. Okay. Let's try SHR. Nothing. SHR. Nothing. Sherwin. Could be. SHER. SHER. Nothing. Also, though, it doesn't... No, I don't think it... I don't know. Does it need to be a complete word? Like, if I look up... Yeah, I guess it does. So it won't search partial? Oh, okay. That's good to know. I thought that it did. Or maybe I just need to put it like a... space after? No, okay. Because if there are Williams, then there should also be WILL, but it's... You're right. It's not counting that as some reason. Wait. Ooh. Senior civics. That is a good thought. But I don't think that says civics. But maybe it's a class. Civils. It could be civils. Because the civil engineers, like the classes that he's teaching? Not unless they're setting for partial. Okay, I didn't realize that. So I haven't been really searching what I thought I would. I don't think it's girls. Because I think it's... Isn't this school, might be all men. But it looks like it says girls. But civils. It could be. You really think it's girls. The only thing that tells me it's not is because he has this capital G right here that's totally different. I think it might be senior civils. Search civils. Well, I don't know if they would be... he teaches civil engineering. I don't know if it would be called civils in this yearbook. Civil engineering. Oh, look. Look at this. Oh, we're lucky. This just solved it. Senior civils, it's listed as that in the yearbook. That has to be it then, right? Because that exact term is used. Cool. Okay, it's senior civils. We do not have to think about that anymore. Wow. Okay, I'm glad we found that because I wasn't sure. I was thinking it, but I wasn't sure. Okay, tab over here. Cool. Senior civils. Bam, exactly. That's exciting because I didn't think that was going anywhere. Okay. Back to Georgia. Confirmed likely by ChatGPT. Cool. All right. Thank you. Clap, clap, clap. That's always exciting. October 26th, 27th, I mean. It's always hard to decide on here. I know, he wrote senior. Like, if you ever saw that just on its own, I would never think that said senior. We had to spend, like, 15 minutes deciphering all the possibilities. It's always hard to decide when I'm on live, like, when is it time to give up? Oops, sorry. That was probably loud. When is it time to, like, say, okay, we're going to find that later. We're not finding anything right now. And sometimes you just need to push a little bit harder. But actually, now that's really good to know that when we're searching this yearbook, it doesn't find partial. It only finds full word. Yeah, maybe his pen was being weird, but honestly, Ralph gives us very inconsistent handwriting. He's in a rush. I don't know. So Georgia got up at 6, had breakfast. Then Auntie and I drove to Rhinebeck. That's where Ralph was born and grew up. 15 miles. Auntie took 10:50 to Grundy. That is both a town and a county. Rhinebeck is in Grundy County, I think, but there's also Grundy Center, so I don't know if that's where she's going. I went to Depot and then up to Slippy's. That is Ralph's family. It's interesting. She's going to visit them without Ralph. Came downtown at noon with Maud. We have a picture of Maud. This is Maud. This is Ralph's sister. Okay. Helped with dishes. Even when she's not home, she's helping with the dishes. Mrs. S. and I called up Mrs. Sloss in PM. Went down to train at 4. But Auntie did not come. Had a good visit. Something brought Auntie to R with team. We left for home a little after 7. What does that say? Nearly? That doesn't really make sense. She's so polite. Don't worry, Mr. and Mrs. Slippy. I have a real talent for dishes. Yep. Hi, Grandma. I don't know what this says. Really? Brought Auntie to R with team? Neatly? Without a cross T. Neatly brought her? Yeah. Okay, so she's with her aunt. She's taking her all around. Let's see. Had a good visit. Something brought Auntie to R with team. I would think, yeah, unless that's one of, maybe that's someone. Okay, actually, I was thinking Georgia was taking her with the team, but they came on the train, right? No, she drove to Rhinebeck, so she has the horses. You think it's a person who brought her. Okay, so Ralph's siblings, let's see if any of them. Horace, Esther, Harriet, Maud, Clifford. I don't think that seems like it would be any of them. Yeah, sorry. It says Auntie didn't come. It says Auntie, she went with her, right? Hold on, when did he go? Then Auntie and I drove to Rhinebeck, so she's there. Helped with dishes. Mrs. S and I called on Mrs. Sloss, and PM went to the train. Oh, okay, so she didn't come to the train. Had a good, or another Auntie didn't come. I don't know, maybe they went to go get someone and they didn't show up. Could be Wesley or Neely. Okay, I'm just gonna put, I was thinking Wesley too. I'm gonna put that. Brought Auntie to R with team. Oh, because she didn't show up at the train. Yes. That makes sense. To Rhinebeck with the team because she didn't show up at the train. We left for home. Amazing they don't abbreviate helped with dishes to HWD. Yeah, I know. She says it so often. We left for home little after, or it's funny that she still mentions doing it because it's such a day-to-day task, like getting there at 10:30. Like, she doesn't say got dressed in the morning. She does dishes as much as she gets dressed, it seems like. So it's funny that she bothers to mention it every single day. Lovely drive, maybe just because it takes a long time. It's like a significant part of her day. Went to bed at 11:15. Okay. Ralph, 27th. Clear. That's talking about the weather. Got up at 7. Went to AIT, the Armor Institute of Technology, and heard usual Tuesday morning class. Held? Looks like it says heard, but it doesn't really make sense because he's teaching the class. I don't know what they do for Halloween. It doesn't, oh, Cindy, I have some news for you then. It doesn't seem like in the past any of them have done anything significant on Halloween. Cindy, a couple of weeks ago, he did propose. We were like, because I've been saying it for months, like, I don't think we're going to see it because we're getting closer and closer to when they actually got married. Like, how long is he really going to wait? The entry, I'll pull it up because it's like the best entry that we've ever had on here. I think it was October. It was early October, like 12th. This is when he went and bought he took out money to get her ring on the 12th. And, oh, that's okay. I'm going to reread it. Then maybe a few days later, he went to go visit. Yes, so he was in Chicago. He went to go visit Waterloo for the weekend, and he proposed to Georgia that weekend. So on October 17th, I think it was a Saturday, he got to Waterloo, got breakfast, spent the whole morning with Georgia. Then he went and asked her dad for permission to marry her. Then he went and asked her mom for permission to marry her, which I think is so sweet and so not with the times. I mean, maybe it is, but I just feel like back then I would imagine only the father having any kind of, like, say. Any kind of input. Then went down and bought the ring after supper. So he went and bought the ring after he asked, after he asked the parents. Then he asked her and he gave her the ring. And she wrote about it too. She wrote, "The loveliest diamond ring," and they announced their engagement. So it was a cool surprise because I didn't think we were gonna, I thought they were already engaged. Like we must have missed it, but no. They had a quick engagement. They're gonna be married in December. Okay, got up at 7, went to AIT and heard, I'm just gonna keep heard, I don't know. It doesn't look like held, so usual Tuesday morning classes. Received letter from Georgia and answered it and went to AIT, got back at 4. Howard came home at noon with what? With news of a decision. Okay, with news of a decision to leave the IC. That might be the Illinois Central Railroad. And went, because all of his friends are railroad people, went over to AIT in PM with me. Maybe he's taking a job there. Studied after supper till 11. Okay. Back to Georgia. 28th. We'll see if they do anything for Halloween. Alright, got up at 6:30. Worked all day. Thanks for the follows, guys. Also follow me on YouTube if you have one, because TikTok might be gone in the next few weeks. Worked all day fixing lunches. Let me also keep an eye on the YouTube chat. Sorry, it always gets hidden behind the other windows on my desktop. I started reading diaries a few years ago now. I started with a 1917 diary. That was a question over on YouTube. I started with a 1917 diary that I got at an estate sale. And that kind of like, I never thought of this as being a hobby. And after that, that's kind of like what jump-started it. And then ever since then, I've been sharing it on here. And I was reading through that one and researching it just on my own, not online or anything. or not on social media for a few years. And then I started to share that one and people were interested. So I like started other projects too. We've been through a few together on live. So it's been pretty cool. Worked all day fixing lunches for the sale. About 800, oh my God, sacks. We fixed. What sale? Was awful tired. Yeah. At night. We put buns with meat between. Toothpick cheese. Oh, this is making me hungry. Toothpick cheese. Square cracker. And sweet cracker. Ginger snap. Fried cake. And apple in the sacks. Fixed table for 36. Like set the table? We'll have to see what this means. Went to bed at 9:30. Some kind of event. Buns with meat in between. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, maybe a burger. Maybe like a lunch meat sandwich. I have no idea. So hopefully she'll elaborate when whatever this event is actually happens. October 28th. Sloppy Joe. Yeah, it could be something like that actually. That would be easier to make a bunch of, right? Got up at 7. Studied till something came. Quail? I don't think it's quail. It doesn't ring a bell. Like, it doesn't look like any of the names that I know he would mention a lot. Howard? It's not Howard. Mail. Mail, maybe. Yeah. It could be. And he does care about when the mail comes, so that makes sense. Studied till mail came. Went downtown to Q office and met Howard at YMCA and went, hold on, at what? Did I mess something up? Studied till mail came, went downtown to Q office and met Howard at YMCA and went to dinner with him. To drink with? Went to drink with? Wait, where? Is that after? Dinner. Went to dinner with him. Okay, yeah. Went to dinner with him. It does kind of look like drink. I thought I was missing a line. Sometimes when I'm talking and doing this at the same time, I miss a line, so that's what I thought was going on. Came back and worked at AIT till 4 and studied till supper time. After supper, went over to see EB. Again, he came up last time and signed contract for land deal with Clifford. That's his brother. Got back at 9:30 and studied till 11. So last time he mentioned E.B. Wilson. He's also mentioned E.B. Wilson a few other times. And we found an E.B. Wilson who was a famous scientist, but I don't know. We haven't figured out, like, if it's actually him or if it's someone else. Because he just says E. I think he said Ed, which could be Edmund, Edward. There's, like, so many variations of it. So we're going to see if more comes up. But I have that on the list to look into E.B. Wilson a little bit more. Okay, October 30th, 1903. This is Georgia again. Got up. Yes, maybe a record of the land deal, because now the last time he talked with E.B. Wilson, he was just talking over the deal and it hadn't been like made. So that's a good point. Maybe we could find a record on Ancestry or something of like this actual deal going through, or even in the newspapers too. Because now we know for sure it went through in October, like end of October. Or maybe early November. Okay, got up at 6:45. Maybe when we finish with the October 31st entries, we can do a little bit of research on that. And then we'll see if we want to keep going or something. But that seems like a good place to stop. Got up at 6:45, helped with the work. Got ready and came home, and Effie came with me. Got here a little before noon and took Effie up to Grandpa's. After dinner, went to office with Papa and made some blueprints. Came home, then went over the river and took some to Mr. Levitt. Wrote a letter and went down and mailed it. Helped with supper and dishes. Read papers. Took a bath and went to bed at 9. Okay. I think it's Mr. And it's probably someone who her dad works with, so that's another reason why I think it would probably be Mr. Oh, did I skip? Wait. I skipped the 29th. How did I do that? Did anyone catch that? Okay, I'm gonna do insert row below. Thanks for the follows, guys. Follow me on YouTube also. Because if TikTok goes away, that's where I'm going, YouTube. I forgot, okay, and this tells us what she was preparing for, too. So let's go back, and then we'll just do 2 of Ralph's also. Sale day at Louise. Whatever that means, but we can look that up after. Got up at 6:15. Got ready and went to LaPorte. That's a city nearby, on errands. About 6 of them. And back. Helped with things and helped serve lunches at noon. Do dishes and went out to see the sale go on. Helped with supper. I wonder if it's like farm sales. Help with supper and dishes. We'll have to look that up. It's probably in the newspaper. And pack dishes. Went to... Yeah, it's written in pencil. That's why it's so light. Bed at 9:30. It's also difficult to get a good picture because if it's tilted just the wrong way, it like shines. I'm gonna look up Sale Day Louise. Louise is a town. Okay, let's see. That would be October, but also maybe November. Sale day. I'm gonna look up just Louise, I think. Sale day. Sale. Okay, stock, like livestock. That's October 9th, though. 4 days sale. That's a store. Let's look up Louise. Her family is from Louise. Yeah, it could be like an estate thing. I was just going to say Louise is an area. I don't know if it's like technically a town. Because it's mentioned that her grandfather grandmother or someone is from Louise, but I couldn't find like exactly where that was. So maybe no, I don't think it's Louise's. I think it's Louise. I'll have to look in the ancestry who it says is from Louise, but maybe someone. I know that that Uncle Dan died. Right? Was that this diary? Maybe it's like his farm or something. Sorry, if it got cut off a little bit. Let me look just at sale. Let me look at Louise. Oh, is that here? Louise, late in October. Or maybe I'll look up Berry, because that's the family name. That's like someone leaving land to someone else. How about we get rid of it? It's just doing Waterloo. So let's do Black Hawk County, Iowa. Let's look at... Maybe I'll do a range from, like... It won't let me click on... It only lets me click on ones that it's... Okay, there. Okay. What's this? This is something that's like in her, not her direct family, like the outskirts of her family. She is related to those people. Louise is just south of Waterloo. Okay, so that makes sense. But I'm like, what is the sale day? Is it the whole area, or is it just like her family is... I looked up Berry. Let me look up Newton. Yeah, no, this is in Kansas. This happened. If this is what you're talking about. I don't know. If you were just mentioning something else that popped up, I didn't see it. Okay, hold on. Auction. Berry and Newton. Wait, where did it say auction? Here. Grand closing out public sale. Okay. Having rented our farm, we will have a grand... This is it. Closing out sale at our residence 6 miles of LaPorte City, 1 mile south and 3 miles east of Eagle Center on Thursday, October 29th. That's it. Okay. So it must be Berry and Newton. It must be Uncle Dan's farm. Or didn't Grandpa Berry die recently? I can't remember. But this is definitely it. Commencing at 10 o'clock a.m. to dispose of the following described property. 39 head of horses. So 39 horses. 8 brood mares, 5 years old. 10 brood mares, 6 years old. 7 that are 7 years old. 1 that's 8 years old. 2 that are 12 years old. 1 mare, 3 years old. 1 gelding, 3 years old. 5 geldings, 5 years old. What's a gelding? These horses range in weight from 1,000 to 1,500 pounds. 140 cattle. And then it breaks it down very specifically which types of cattle. 275 what? Hogs. 400 sheep. Wow. That's way more than I thought that they had. Yeah. Final sale. Yellowstone final sale. 4 full-blooded shepherd dogs. Farm machinery, wagons, etc. Wow. Oh, we can look up some of these things. 1 McCormick corn harvester. 1 McCormick mower. A grain harvester. 1 Tiger disc pulverizer. 1 Flying Dutchman sulky plow. That's what I'm looking up. Flying Dutchman sulky plow. I'll just put 1903. Here it is. That's cool. Where did it go? 1 Case sulky plow, 1 Yankee sulky plow, has got a few. 2 Oliver 16-inch walking plows. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's crazy how many sandwiches she made. Like, is that for the people who are coming to buy his stuff? 1 18-foot lever harrow, 1 Farmer's Friend planter, 1 Moline Champion planter, also wagons, buggies, and sleds without number, and many other articles. Free lunch! Guess who made the free lunch? Georgia. That is sad. Free lunch, come early and avoid the rush. Yeah, it must have been a giant event. There's no such thing as a free lunch, right? Isn't that what they say? Someone pays for it, and it was Georgia. All sums of $5 and under cash. Over that amount, a credit of 12 months will be given on notes with approved security bearing 8% interest from date. Cool. This is cool. Okay, so we found that's definitely the sale because that's her family. And it probably is something about... I should look up who died recently. I can't remember if Uncle Dan died during this diary. I think they both did. Or maybe it was the 1895 one. Hold on. Let me just post this, paste it here so that I can keep it and not forget. I'm going to copy that. And let's see if maybe anything else. Okay, let's search in here. Just Uncle Dan. I'll find him. I'm going to move this around so it knows I'm alive. Uncle Dan is here, and he died in 1902. No, it was wrongly listed that he died in 1902. He died in 1903 because I remember that. Uncle Dan. Wrong thing. Hold on, I gotta search here. Too many different tabs. Uncle Dan. Uncle Dan is awfully sick February 9th. Uncle Dan died February 10th. And then Grandpa Barry also died, I thought. No? I'm gonna look up died. No, I'm not because it's doing partial. Can I do this? And it'll only be the full word. Nope, of course not. Let's see, Grandpa Barry. That's Grandpa Newton. He was 1907. Yeah, Samuel Barry, her grandfather, also died in 1903. So this could be Daniel Barry's farm or her grandpa's farm. I don't know. Did you find all the newspapers and whatnot on Ancestry? The newspapers that I'm searching, it's newspapers.com technically, which is like a separate database, but I do get my subscription through Ancestry. You can like pair them together. I think you can also just subscribe to newspapers.com on its own, but mine are combined. Okay. But yeah, I usually use newspapers.com. There's a bunch of different ones, different websites that have newspapers, but I find newspapers.com pretty good. It doesn't have a ton actually from where I live. It has like the big cities, but so far with the diary research, I've been able to find a lot. Like the Brooklyn stuff, Brooklyn, New York, there's like so many on there, and I can find everything, anything I'm looking for. Stuff around me, like where I live, I'm technically close to Boston, but if I'm looking for history from a specific town near me, it's not going to show up in Boston newspapers, at least not like the big ones. So I have a hard time finding that kind of thing. But it's useful for the two main diary areas that we've read, so like New York. And there's been a lot in Iowa, too, that we found. Okay. Took a bath. I finished that. So now I got to catch up on Ralph. Because I missed his 29th and 30. October 29th. Got it up at 7. Something program on Thursday. What do we think that says? I have no idea what that says. Usual, maybe? Usual program on Thursday? I'm gonna go with usual. Church? Ooh, it could be church. Went to bed at 10. I'll just keep it like that. I don't know. Alright. Now we're not going back to Georgia. We're finishing this because I already read her 30th. So, October 30th for Ralph. Okay. Clear. Got up at 7. Went. Looks like he wrote spent and then changed it to went. Went to AIT and got back at 10. 19. Studied till 2 except lunch. Ooh, someone's been really hitting the like button. Thank you. I see 2.1K. Someone's like, ah. Looks like some scribble. Yes, that's typical for Ralph. Just some scribble. Studied till 2 except lunch. Went to AIT and studied till 5. After supper, took walk with Ganser. We have a picture of him, which I'll show in a second, and got back about 9. Oh, I'll tell you what AIT is once I finish this sentence. And went to bed at 10. Received letter from Georgia and answered it. Jude is doing some work with the gifts. Oh, thank you. Yes. For some reason, when I'm on my view, it's so small where it tells me who sends gifts. So thank you. I really appreciate it. I just sometimes, when I'm not looking at the chat, I don't see it. But you guys are awesome. Thank you for all the comments and the gifts and the likes and the follows. I appreciate it. All right. What was I just going to say? Oh, I was going to tell you what AIT is, which I have pictures to show. AIT is where Ralph is working right now. It's the Armor Institute of Chicago. And it's now the Illinois Tech, I think, college. And the Ganser pick. I'll pull that up too. So that's what it looked like then, or closer to then. Now it's a different college that kind of like has adopted it. Oh, here it is. The Illinois Institute of Technology. So Ganser is in here. Here's Ganser. He spells the name with a Z. It's actually spelled with an S, but this is Ganser. Okay, was that all? Ralphie is still learning to use ink. Yeah. I think he just scribbles like... Yeah, I don't know. He just moves fast. I mean, it is pretty neat, though. It's just some words we can't read. I like when he writes in pen better because it's darker and more pronounced. But yeah, when he messes up, he tends to just write right over it. Like, even though he has extra room down lower on the page, he doesn't like to just cross it out and start over. He likes to just write on top of other words. Okay, so let's do October 31st, then decide how to proceed. Got up. Oh my god! 4.7K. That's amazing. Don't work your fingers so hard they fall off. Got up at 7. Helped with dishes. It does help though. The likes do get the live out to other people, so I appreciate it. And it's nice to see the little hearts. I see them. Went up to Grandpa's and got team, and then went down in the country and brought Auntie and Grandpa up to town. Helped with dinner, work, and several things. We got home. Thanks, Carly. I see the roses. We got home a little after 7. Had supper. Read a while, got lost. Went to bed at 9:30. Interesting, she spelled out 7 that time. Yeah, it seems, it's very sporadic, like what they write out and what they, the same thing with and, like sometimes she'll write A-N-D and other times she puts the little plus sign. But I guess when I think about it, I'm kind of like that too when I write. Like sometimes I'll do the little ampersand symbol and sometimes I'll fully write it out. Maybe he was very slightly dyslexic. Yeah, and just continues in the same spot, possibly. I think he goes back to fix things and he just doesn't bother rewriting. Even with pencil, he didn't erase. I didn't think you would be on this morning. Oh, yeah, because it's morning for you. Yep. And I'll be on next week, too. Next week's the day after New Year's Day. But I'll still be on. Got up at 7. Oh, no, hold on. This is not him. This is Georgia. Here. He still got up at 7 also, which is cute because they're in different places. Went to Blue Island from AIT at 8:15. Got back at 4:30 and received a letter from Georgia. They must be writing, like, think of how long it must take a letter to get from one place to another, unless they were pretty quick because it went on a train. But they're receiving and writing letters to each other almost every single day. They are constantly writing. And these diaries, it's a set of 6 written by both Ralph and Georgia. I got them from someone who read an article about another project I was working on, donated them to us very generously. So these were donated. And other ones that I've worked on have been from eBay or estate sales. They come from all different places. Okay, received letter from Georgia. Went downtown with Ganser and bought a clock at auction. $13. Who wants to look it up? What's $13 from 1903 to now? Got back at 9:30. It's going to be a lot. And went to bed. How many journals do I think I've done so far? Well, I've definitely read through the 1917 one. That was the first one I studied. I read through that one multiple times. Then we did a set of 3 diaries from the 1940s. So that's 4. And then this one, these 2 are our 3rd and 4th of this series. So 5, 6, 7. This is our 7th and 8th. And then on top of that, my Patreon subscribers, we are reading another diary together. So that's like 9-ish. I mean, we're not fully done with these, but we're almost done. So yeah, we've done a lot. It takes a while, especially now. This one is taking a little bit longer because we're reading through 2 at the same time. Because they just so happen to be from the same year and an engaged couple and the year they get married. So it's like we couldn't not read them together. We didn't want to read them one by one. So normally it goes a little bit faster, and normally we're just focusing on one at a time. No, these aren't 5-year diaries, but we read through Georgia's 1895 one, which was cool because that was before she met Ralph. She was still in high school. And then we read through Ralph's 1901 diary. It was before he met Georgia. Then we didn't have the 1902 one, but we have both of these 1903 ones. So that's 4 from that series. We've read 2. We're reading 2 now. And then there's one from 1904 of Ralph's and one from 1906, I think, of Ralph's. So we still have 2 more after this. They're going to be a little bit more dry because Ralph is more matter-of-fact than Georgia. I think maybe because I'm a girl, I'm just more interested in Georgia's perspective. But Ralph is funny too. He's had a few moments. Yeah, I don't know if Halloween. It wasn't not a thing, but it might not have been a thing for them. So did we read Her on October 31st? Yeah, they didn't do anything Halloween related there. Yes, so I got a little confused when I was typing them out today. So this is Georgia's, and then this is Ralph's. And Ralph's picture is up there, but I don't have a picture of Georgia yet. Yes, this is the last. Sorry, you don't mean the entry, you mean the diary. I think so. I haven't really looked deeply into the other ones. They've just been waiting. Like, I haven't taken the pictures yet or anything. And I don't really read ahead. I like to read for the first time with you guys. So I haven't looked closely, but if I remember right, I think that they're both Ralph's handwriting. Okay, so what should we do? I've been on for an hour and a half. Usually that's about the time that I spend on live. I am pretty hungry and cold, so I might stop typing for now, but we could look up maybe that land deal. I don't think it's an exclamation point. I think that's the period from the sentence. Well, it's not really a sentence. I don't know. I think it's $13. It could be $3. But I'm not sure. Okay. Let's see. We want to look up the land deal between him and E.B. Wilson. So right now, he also mentioned Clifford, which is interesting because that's his brother. So maybe we look up in all of Iowa. Let's just look up Slippy. Okay, nothing. Nothing. No, all of Iowa, not Black Hawk County. November 12th. J.F. Slippy. Oh, this is actually... That's going to come up later. That's Ralph's grandfather, I think. Because I saw when I was taking pictures today in November, someone dies. Slippy. We're going to do October. And it mentioned it was a farm... It was E.B. Wilson's farm. Okay. This might be it. Oh, no. Is this like giving people land? E.B. Wilson real estate transfers. Okay, to E.B. Wilson. So maybe E.B. Wilson bought some land and now he is trying to sell their other land? What is this? A mystery? Oh, that's in Iowa. Sheriff A.J. Henry believes that the mysterious disappearance of E.B. Wilson, a Rock Valley grain buyer, in 1901 was due to murder for the purpose of robbery. Well, that's not the same E.B. Wilson then. Or maybe it is. Let's see. Okay, there's a sale. To E.B. Wilson. So he bought land. That's October. Maybe I'll look in November. Okay, that's still the murder mystery. It's funny how often you come across murder. It's not funny. It's sad. Okay, no mentions of E.B. Wilson specifically. I mean, there might be. It might be. I know that this search engine does not like when I do this, put periods. Oh, wait, no, it did. Okay. Sometimes it gets, like, all messed up. And E. Wilson. Okay, what I was gonna look at was He said it was like the Dakota farm or something. It'd be easier to look here. It was... Let's look at all the mentions of E... Oh no, he also said Ed at one point. So let's just look at Wilson, and we'll start from bottom, because there's multiple Wilsons. E.B. Wilson, E.B. Wilson. E.B. Wilson. Dakota Farm. His share of Dakota Farm. Okay, so it's only a share. So maybe it wouldn't be. It's not like the whole farm. Maybe it wouldn't be in the newspaper. Might even be like North Dakota. Oh. Oh, in a Dakota farm. Edna B. Wilson? Hmm. And a wife too. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, hold on. I'm finishing an advent calendar puzzle I got behind on. We'll watch this. Oh, nice. That is a fun night. Sounds like one. Yes, it does. Maybe the notation was different then. Maybe different in report death dates. I don't know. Jane, you might have to retype that because I don't know what you're trying to say. Where did he buy land? I don't know if it's in Dakota, like North Dakota or South Dakota. He just says farm, like a farm share from E.B. Wilson. Let's see what the next mention was. Oh, that's a different Wilson. No, hold on. It's not right. He called him Ed Wilson at one point. I don't know. But he also mentioned Clifford, his brother, being involved. I really don't know. Maybe I'm gonna look up just as like a... if we do like the Dakotas, the state. And I'm gonna just do all of 1903. 3. I think this is it. Oh. E.B. Wilson is buying part of his, like a share in his purchase, maybe? Because this says B.D. Young to Wilson and Slippy. This looks like pieces of a lot in lots 1 and 2. Okay. Ugh, I don't know what that means, but that looks like it's right. And where is that? North Dakota. Okay. So now let's sort of... Yes, I definitely am going to keep that up. So now let's look up E.B. Wilson. Or Ed Wilson. Ed Wilson. Oh. No, that's not it. Where did that go? Ed Wilson has bought his partner's interest. Ed Wilson. That's July. I don't think that's the same guy. I don't know though. Maybe I should narrow it down to like... Oh, yeah, okay. Northeast quarter. Yep. Oh, hold on. Doesn't know I'm here. Thank you for the follow. Okay, let's see. Well, now we know that this Ed or E.B. Wilson is from North Dakota? Maybe? E.B. Wilson, North Dakota. Let's see if anyone comes up. That is a woman. Edgar Wilson. Edgar Wilson. Edgar H. Wilson. Let's see if this guy... No, he was born in 1902. There's no way. That doesn't make any sense. Maybe do a Google search for land records. Yeah, I don't know. I will, but I don't know what we're going to find that I'll be able to search right now. Land records, North Dakota. Or I could search on Ancestry. I might have more luck doing that. What was his last name? Wilson. I have no idea. Would he have been born like the same year as Ralph? I don't know. Wait. What's this? Did you guys see that? This must be someone. That last name is in Ralph's. Oh my god, is it his like cousin all along? That last name it's Ralph Bethuel Slippy, so he has that as a family name. Hold on, let me look. I bet it's his cousin or something. We're gonna go to trees. I'm gonna go to Slippy, which is here. And we're gonna find Wilson. E.B. Wilson. That's looking like that's him. Let's see where he was. So this is, yeah, this would be Ralph's cousin, because that's Ralph's parents. So let's just look. Let's see what we can find about him. That would really make sense if that was him. Oh wait. Okay, that's not his mom. That's... I don't know. I'll look after. Edward B. Wilson. E.B. Wilson. I'm looking for, like, okay, they were married in Des Moines in 1907. And maybe he just owns land, like, not where he lives for some reason. But that's interesting. He's in Black Hawk. Let's see if we can figure out. Lots of Iowa land records were deleted around 1900. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. I don't look through a lot of land records. Sometimes we'll find them on Ancestry, but let's see. In 1920, I'm losing steam. Word overload. 1905, he would... Wait, is that the same guy? He's in Manhattan. $1900. That's common for farmers to own land and other... Yeah, maybe. Eddie B. Let's see what his occupation. He was at school in 1900, but that's 3 years before. So yeah, maybe they went into business together. I thought he was selling his share. That's what I thought he said. Let's find it again. offered his share of Dakota Farm cheap. Of Dakota Farm. Like, I don't know. I was thinking, like, that's the name of the farm, but no, it's from in Dakota. Yeah, so maybe he's, like, I don't know, he owned a piece and he's selling it to his cousin. That makes sense, though, because Ralph mentioned his brother also. So it makes sense that E.B. Wilson is in the family. Edward Bethel. It's him. Okay, cool. So at least we know who E.B. Wilson is now. We figured it out, I think, right? Any doubt? I don't think there's any doubt. There was that other scientist, but, you know, this makes more sense to me. I can't believe I hadn't searched the family tree, but it's always, like, right under your nose. What was it? Edward Bethel Wilson. Not in North Dakota, just anywhere. Edward Bethel Wilson. This is him. 1880 to 1939. Oh, do we have his picture in the tree? Come on. I want to go back to the tree. Here. No, we don't. Let's save that picture. Unless it's in here. It might be. I love finding pictures of people. That's my favorite part on Ancestry, to add pictures to the tree. Okay, cool. So we've got a picture of John Wilson. Save to Ancestry. Slippy. We probably just never even went on this side of the tree. Pics make them real. Exactly. It's so cool. Bonanza Farms, early 1900s. Okay, I will. Bonanza Farms had a significant but short life in the history of North Dakota. By 1900, most of the Bonanza Farms were being split up. The gigantic farms were divided into smaller tracts and sold to settlers who established their own farms. There were several reasons for the decline. Oh, okay, so that's probably the situation. Very, very small pieces of land. Cool. I have way too many tabs open. It's so small. Okay, so I got John Wilson's picture. And oh, his parents are in there too, but I'm not gonna go that far. Oh, look, there's so many pictures. Well, there's not a picture of his son, Edward. I'm going to open this in this screen just so I can see both things at the same time. Done that. Well, that's right, so I'll just add that in there. This is how I end up going down a huge rabbit hole with Ancestry, just adding other branches of the family, but it's really like we have to keep it focused because those people likely aren't going to come up. But it is really cool to see the old pictures of people. Isn't that cool? Alright, let's see if we can find any more. There's a couple of kids. Let's make sure they match. I don't know which kid was from which parent, though. Let's see. Francis is Harriet. Wilson, newcomer. Okay, and then who's the other one? Is Hattie Young? No, John Wilson. Hattie Young Wilson. Oh, I was clicking on the wrong thing. I don't know. Who's the... That's the sister. Okay, sorry. Hattie N. Young Wilson. They're married in 1878. So Edward is her son. Harriet is her daughter. And Frances is Rebecca's daughter. Okay, so add a spouse. Rebecca Henderson, 1864 to 1950. And add a daughter. Francis. That would be a daughter, right? Francis with an E. S is usually a girl, right? Francis E. Wilson? I don't know. Yes, thank you. 1895 to 1970. Okay. No pictures of any of them. Let's find... I'll just stay on for a few more minutes. Let's find his obituary. 1939, Troy, New York. Edward. Anything in New York at all? Or it could be in Iowa because that's where he's from. No. Edward Wilson? This would be May of 1939. No. Hmm. E.B. E. Wilson? Oops. E.B. No. Okay. Well, I'll write down... We found him, so that's good. We know who he is. Maybe we can find more info about him. But I think I might call it a night now. I'm gonna go get some food. I'm hungry. Ian and I just got a Switch, too, for Christmas, so we're like, oh, I'm gonna go play Animal Crossing. Very excited. We're a little late to the game, I know, but it's exciting for us. All right, so I'll be on next Thursday. Same time, 6 o'clock Eastern. There is a live event if you want to sign up for it on my TikTok page. I know for some people it makes it easier because it should send you a notification when you sign up. If it doesn't work, I also have a Discord that you can join. Thank you to everybody who always comments, likes, shares. I gotta do it more often. It's already a lot to do it once a week, honestly. But I did say I might come on because I'm on a school break right now. I might come on once or twice, like, extra to do a little bit of research. I don't know, though, because I like coming on with a structure. Like, I'm going to, even if we don't find things to research, I'm still going to have, like, the typing to do. And I wouldn't want to come on at a random time and keep reading the diary. For those of you who come back every week and want to, like, leave off where we left off. I mean, keep going where we left off, you know? But I'm like, I don't know what days I'll have things to do, so I don't want to plan it ahead either. I don't know. So if I come on, I think it'll be just for a little side research. But I will post it on Discord if I'm going live extra. So if you just sign up there, it's free. The link sometimes doesn't work on TikTok. You have to go to Instagram or another social media of my website. Which is thingslostandfound.com. The link to sign up for the Discord usually... Oh, that's good. The algorithm just presents me. A lot of people it doesn't, so that's good. That's probably because you come back every week and it knows you want to see it, so that's good. It just seems random to me, like sometimes. On my website, I have all of my social media links here. If you click on the Discord, it will automatically join you into the free Discord. The Patreon is the other Discord that is much more in-depth and has extra rooms. Ooh, sorry, I hit that. Extra rooms, and we do like video chats and stuff. So that's also a Discord, but it's like, that's the paid one. The free one, I send just like notifications if I'm going live or if something changes, I post it there. Anyways, oh really? So Fifi Trooper, if you have Discord, sign up for the free Discord, and then you'll at least, that's like the one place where I have control over when I send a message to you guys. From TikTok, there's no way for me to send out to my followers, hey, I'm going live. Well, I guess I could put it on my story, but you still have to like just happen to see it. So I tried to figure out like other ways that I could remind people, because that comment comes up a lot where people are like, oh, I just sometimes see it and sometimes I don't. So I go to following and she's at the top. Oh, okay. That's true. If you go to just the following tab, it'll at least narrow it down. Okay. Well, I do pretty consistently come on every Thursday at 6 p.m. If I'm not here on Thursday at 6 p.m., it's usually because it's a holiday or something came up and I had to switch the day for 1 week. But if you come on, or if you mark it on your calendar at every Thursday at 6 p.m., there's a good chance I'm on. And I see you in here often, so whatever you're doing must be kind of working. All right. Well, oh yeah, you can click on turn on notifications too. I do try to. If I cancel it, I do try to put it on my story. All right, guys. Have a good night. Happy holidays again. Happy New Year, because by the time I come on again, maybe I'll come on for an extra live or two during the day, one day coming up. I don't know. But I will see you for our regularly scheduled programming next year, which is insane. See you in 2025. Oh, thank you. Love you guys too. All right. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Bye, Nikki.